Mitti Ke Ram, and today we are in conversation with Rajni Pathak. She is the CEO and co-founder of Digital Seed and author of Creating Need. Hi Rajni, how are you doing?
I'm good, Dipti. How are you?
I'm good as well. So what are you doing these days? What are you up to?
Currently, actually, I'm on my way to a client meeting. It was an impromptu client meeting, but don't worry, I'm not driving. I'm safely parked, and so just lots of client meets these days.
Okay, so we should start from your childhood where all of this began. So what are certain
Right.
habits that you would say that in overall these inculcated and you helped you build in the person that you are today?
Okay. So I, for one, sincerely believe that childhood habits have a very long-lasting effect on the person that we eventually become. For example, and I also wrote this on one of my LinkedIn posts, that the habit of savings in general was incorporated, deep rooted inside of me, starting from my eighth grade when I first started getting my pocket money from my parents. So
Mhm.
this is just a very simple example of how habits gets inside you when you're really young. So if you develop a habit at a younger age, you can actually just switch to it with like unconsciously, right? You don't have to have that discipline or start building a habit at a later stage.
Okay, so when you were developing these habits, like was there any mentor or you would say that your parents had this thing or something that impacted you to start saving rather than spending it lavishly?
Okay, so the answer is it won't be something that you'd expect. So the what actually inspired me was my own selfish motive. So I wanted to I wanted to show off in front of my friends ki, okay, I can go and have whatever I want from the school canteen. It started with 10 rupees per day for and I also had my tiffin box ready, but
Mhm.
I would start saving it so that I could buy the costliest item that there was in the school canteen. So it was a selfish thing, but soon I realized, as I started just like graduating from each grade, I realized that maybe I should start saving, because if you calculate 10 rupees per day doesn't add up to a lot if you per year. So
Yeah.
it was a selfish thing, but it developed into something so great, and that's how I started this habit of savings. That how it started actually.
Okay, that's. I think selfish things do lead to good things in the end. So,
So the sooner you start the better. If today I start doing this, then maybe I spend extravagantly on things that I don't need, you
mhm.
know so just so start sooner.
Okay. So, let's talk about the book that you have co-authored. And I know
Okay.
that you are very good with marketing. So, what would you
Okay.
like to say about the current scenario? Because people are confused as to how they should digitalize. For people who are already using online
Okay.
platforms, it's easy. But for the people who have had a like offline mode of doing services, how would
Right,
you
right.
suggest they should adapt to this?
I think we don't have a choice. So the pandemic, it didn't tell me before coming, right? So and yes, so on a micro level, the pandemic has affected an individual, and that has just started out in their careers, respective careers. But established businesses have only flourished. Like, as you can see, yes, there are businesses that have collapsed. There are small businesses that want to change. So if you ask honestly for my advice, it would be to understand that there are things that are beyond your control, and that will happen when they happen. So I think that's it. I think you should, in order to digitalize, use it personally. First, you use it, right? Start using it. I cannot understand Facebook if I don't get on Facebook, make a profile, and start posting. So I cannot expect to hire a digital marketing agency and tell them, "Can you post it?" if I don't know what they're doing, right?
Yeah,
So do it, learn by practice, put in some time, just a month's time, and you will see the results. And you can also guide those people in a better way.
Absolutely. So talking about the digital marketing aspect that you have talked about, so we know that Google is also offering a lot of courses on digital marketing.
Right.
But people are confused, like how should they proceed from then onwards? Like they have done the course, now what's next? Should they start directly building their business or something?
They can go both ways, right? So what can actually happen is, suppose you have done a course and you feel confident enough, so make a profile, use what you have learned on that particular profile, start anything. I'm not saying ki make a fake profile, but make a practical marketplace, right? So you must be knowing that a UI UX developer will make so many mocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll make countless mock designs. A website developer will make countless of mock designs. Do that, make a mock Instagram page profile, make a Facebook page of profile, and build from there. So that way you also have a portfolio ready, you also have something that you can show, and so you have the real insights instead of everything that is mock. You have real analytics that are running, and that is how you can, if you want to join a company, you can showcase that, make a website of yourself, upload your portfolio there, and share what you're doing.
Okay, so since we all know that you are into brand building for different types of companies, and the unique selling point for you is that if you have taken a certain brand or certain
Right.
niche, then you won't be working with the competitors till the time your contract expires. So I
Right.
wanted to know more about that part. Like, do you think there are disadvantages to working in such a way? Like, you won't have much, what should I say, clientele because of that?
Yes, definitely. So when we started out, like me and my co-founder, we realized the market gap. We understood that okay, companies run when they have more clients in form of direct customers or in form of other businesses. So we do have limited number of clients, but that was a risk that we decided we could take, because that also makes us exclusive. Okay, and people develop a kind of trust. So for example, if I partner with something that if I partner with a clean food or organic food brand, and at the same time if I get a contract from McDonald's that is actually promoting junk food, so that is my interests are divided. So that is something I don't take. We have limited number of clients, that is true, but I feel we are safe that way. So we are experienced, and people will trust us. The clients trust us, and whenever you're starting a business, you have to. It's a given that you don't expect a profit for the first 2 years.
Mhm.
So we are not expecting that.
Okay, so since because of the corona, a lot of people have started doing work from home, and
Yeah.
seeing your dressing style and all, I feel that you are the happiest with this thing. So is that true?
Uh, I've always been very happy with how I express myself. So I understand that there are some occasions where you have to dress according to the occasion. You have to wear a suit, and you have to be you cannot disrespect every other person that you come across, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but this is how I usually am, and I prefer if I meet people. For example, I'm going to meet a client, and that client already knows how I am. In fact, he stumbled upon my profile on Instagram, and that is how we connected. So be yourself to a certain extent, where you don't feel like you're disrespecting a client, right? Like I wouldn't show up to a very fancy corporate meeting wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So but yeah, so this is something I believe in.
Okay, so as we have already discussed that you're an entrepreneur, and people
Okay.
during the starting of their business usually
Hmm.
have a tight budget, or I should say a rigid budget. So
Right.
what do you suggest to such people? Like, should they hire a help or should they learn things themselves and explore?
See, they can do it. They can do it both ways. There are two ways to go. If I actually talk about this, so what a person can do is, if they feel ki acha, I have time to spend,
Mm-hmm.
I can spend like mere 24 hours. I can give my 24 hours to doing everything. So if I open a web developing company and I say ki I will develop websites for you, and I uh, not lie, but I tell to the person sitting on the other side ki okay, I have these people working under me, but actually I'm doing all it like everything myself. So
Mm-hmm.
it depends on you whether you want to invest your time or invest your money. If you don't have money, invest your time, because that way you will be getting a lot of experience. So the like a very simple example that I would like to give is when I was working, when I held a job, I loved a particular tea seller's tea. So he made the best masala chai that there was, and I could never replicate it. I tried many times, hundreds of times. I failed. One like fine day, I cracked his code. I could make the exact same tea that he used to make, and that is how I learned. So I, but अब मेरे को क्या फायदा हो रहा है कि I don't need to go to him every time I want tea, but someone who's short on time will spend 10 rupees, have that roadside tea, enjoy it and everything. So it's like, do you have money to spend? If not, start by yourself. So this ties to the first question that you asked me, that a person can always make his portfolio himself if you don't have, you know, money to give a certain company. So that is how you grow. You don't essentially need to invest money in order to grow.
Okay, so first of all, I would love the recipe of that masala chai. So do give me after we are done with this podcast. We
Yeah, yeah,
are definitely
definitely.
going to have that recipe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And secondly, I would like to ask, like, because of the pandemic, people are, especially on the topic of entrepreneur, I feel that people are okay accepting minimal fees. They're charging minimum fees from their clients, and that is leading to some sort of losses. So how can they adapt in such a situation without compromising on the monetary aspect of it?
You can start out by giving. So personally, what I am doing is I am giving extra benefits. So there are certain agencies that charge based on the number of posts that they will be posting on a certain social media handle, and there are agencies who charge based on the service they give. Okay, this. So what we do is we try to give all the services at a really low fee. So if someone is saying ki acha, I just want digital marketing without, like, not on, we only want Google marketing, we don't want social marketing on other handles. So we push them ki no, you know, take Facebook marketing also, take Instagram, right? So that is how we work. We will always give extra, and we don't compromise on the monetary aspect of it, because you have to survive, you know, to stay on top and to keep functioning, because you have members in your team and you don't want to you know, give out ki acha, it's free ka intern, so let me just, you know, get all the perks. So we give really genuine prices. So anyone, so, for example, if you are getting a client who is actually not, you know, who's very particular about your budget, you offer him the perks, and you also offer him the time to go out in the market and explore. Ki, this is what I'm giving you in this price. You go out, explore, be content, and then come back to me.
So I think it's a quite a good idea. Rather than like trying to minimize your prices, you can offer more services to them. That's the
More
idea that
services,
you're.
or all the services in the same price. Yeah, chao. Because you also have to adjust, right? Everyone is running a business. You also know that they also have employees and people that they care about. So you just need to find a common ground. You don't have to say ki nahi, I will work for free. Never say, because then you'll get that, you'll get that tag ki acha, you know, this person is willing to work for free.
Okay, so for all the people who are listening to you for the first time, like I
Yeah.
think this is quite getting a bit heavy. So let's try to know who Rajni Pathak is. Like, is she a
Okay.
dog person or she a cat person, or what are her hobbies?
Yeah, so I am basically an animal person. I love animals slightly more than I love humans.
Okay.
So there it goes. So I love dogs. I've started loving cats. I don't know why people have a dog person and a cat person wala category. So so that's it. I love animals, and I hope you do too.
Yeah, I feel that they are definitely better than some human beings. But like, do you have any pet or any like you had any pet recently or something?
No, so I've never been a proud owner of a dog or a cat, but I did have a couple of guinea pigs. So I had two guinea
Okay.
pigs, and their names were Salt and Pepper. I loved them. but they had a really short lifespan. So when I lost them, I decided that maybe, you know, my heart cannot take another loss, because I love animals in general.
Mhm. Okay, so since we already know that this pandemic has made people go online, they are starting digital platforms as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
how would you say people should start adapting themselves? Like for you, how did your business got affected because of the corona situation?
So, like me and my co-founder, we thought about we were thinking about establishing a company since 1 year, and when Corona actually hit the Indian market, we decided, you know what, we have waited a lot, and let's not wait. Let's adjust accordingly.
Mhm.
And because I told you that we are a very niche specific company, so that was, I already had personal clients who knew me personally because I was working individually. So when that happened, we went to each and every client that I had, and I told them, "Ki, this is what we're starting. If you'd like, we would love to have you under that Digital Seed umbrella. If not, we'll continue to work for you. But we have some perks that we are offering about those services, and if you would like to have that, we could apply the same to you, you know, without you having to fill out paperwork and whatnot." So we adapted very well, and because I said it earlier, ki we always knew कि starting के 2 साल you cannot expect a profit, you cannot establish a company and expect कि नहीं अभी एकदम सब आना शुरू कर देंगे, clients will come, they'll be banging on doors, right? So many things have happened. We are looking for a new workspace, and because we are expanding, so anyone who is trying to anyone who has lost their job, or anyone who is trying to, you know, get on the digital platform to showcase their company or the services that they are offering, this is actually the best time, because everyone is looking for really smart solutions, right? And so on a very personal level, Digital Seed is actually giving them those perks at the right price. I'm not advocating here. I'm not saying कि नहीं every agency should do that, but like if you can just be a little considerate and have these perks ready for your existing clients, extend a hand, right? And we do make profits, but at the same time, we would like to, you know, keep into consideration everybody's feelings around this.
So I love your take on these things. Like you are thinking about the customer, you are loyal to your customer, as well as
Right,
you're establishing a brand for them. That's a very good
right.
idea. Talking about the financial aspect, I was going through your LinkedIn profile and I found this quote, this post that actually resonated like quite a bit with me.
Okay.
Considering that you are from a well-off family, there was this post on Papa Ke Paise Pe. So I'm pretty sure you could resonate with
Right,
that.
right, right.
So it said that people have this tendency of believing that since you are from a well-off family, agar nahi chala startup, someone will look after it, like your parents or someone will bring in the money for that.
Yeah.
And you say that the people who actually get successful are the ones who do not depend on those type of backup. So what
Right,
are your thoughts? Like I would love to have an elaborate discussion on that as well.
right. So, like I have always felt that it doesn't matter what class your family belongs to, right? So, in India, we have this caste system and class system, both things happening simultaneously. Foreign mein to it's very simple, ki they judge you on base of your class, right? So, I was fortunate enough to have very supportive friends and a very supportive family too. Like when I dropped out, my family had no problem. Obviously they were angry, but they could understand my feelings really well. And just because I come from a very like a very humble family doesn't mean ki nahi, I had like some kind of an advantage or they pushed me. In fact, I was too embarrassed to ask them for money, ki give me money, or you know, they have time and again helped me financially, but to what extent, है ना? Like my parent can arrange a meeting for me. For example, if my father says or my mother says कि अच्छा I have arranged a meeting for you with Mr. Ratan Tata, Imagine, okay,
Okay.
that is it. That is the extent that they can go to. Those are they can only pull so many strings. But if I screw that interview, that is completely on me, right? वो मुंह में खाना डाल सकते हैं, but they cannot like
Spoon
make me
feed
eat
you.
it. हाँ, they cannot do that. So people who think कि नहीं, and it goes both ways. So, for example, ऐसा नहीं है कि just because I am successful, I need to have a sob story,
Mhm.
right? I very honestly, I don't have a sob story. I don't have those really inspiring stories to tell you कि नहीं light चलेगी थी and I used to sit and right. So but
Mhm.
at the same time I also knew about the conditions in which I was brought up, and I'm really grateful. So anyone who thinks कि people with money are at a certain advantage, it's not true. It doesn't happen. You can throw money around, but it won't attract the kind of people you are wishing to attract. Money attracts money, right? So if I'm very extravagant, I will only attract extravagant friends, but if I'm hardworking, I will only attract hardworking friends. So it's like that.
Okay, so I love your take on this. It's like you're financially, even if you are taking some support from them, you are never like dependent on them that they should back you, and they can only push you to a certain extent. After that, it's
They can.
all up to you.
Right.
So, talking about the gap year that you told about, so when did you feel like I would love to know more about it? Like, usually, once someone goes through that phase, they are not able to recover that well. And for you, I feel that you bounce back pretty quickly.
I bounced back really quickly because I started early, like really early, like savings and all that thing, all those things. I started really early. So I did my engineering in electronics and communications. So and on my in my third year, I decided कि okay, I cannot take it anymore. But what many of my friends don't know is that it was pre-decided. I had already decided somewhere in my heart that I knew कि I will be quitting, which is why I started working extra hard towards what I was doing online.
Mm-hmm.
So I was freelancing. I started out as a content writer. I also got my first job thanks to my co-founder right now. So she got me my first job, and I was working part time and whatnot. And so I stopped attending classes. And I'm not advising ki I don't want students to stop attending class. This is something I did, and because of which I'm benefiting till now. So ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि I immediately dropped out and then I started thinking. I was thinking for a long time. That is why I dropped out,
Mm-hmm.
right? And उस time पे it used to be very cool. Nowadays, if you drop out, it's not considered cool. So if you feel कि नहीं, she's saying कि it's very cool, let me drop out. Don't do that. If you're already doing something, then okay. If that makes you feel good. So that was a very brave decision I feel I took. Not a cool decision. But I was always already in between many things. So that is why I had a safety net around me.
Okay, so are there any regrets for the same? Like,
Uh, no, I don't really have any regrets in particular because, like me and my friends who, who follow that classic path ki, acha, we'll get placed, we'll go to a placement cell, हमारी placement हो जाएगी. They are also in a very good point in their lives, and many of them are married and have a beautiful family. I'm also exactly where I wanted to be. The only regret I was कि my student card got cancelled, of that engineering college. So I couldn't enjoy those perks. I couldn't sneak into the canteen and eat. But that regret also didn't last because I was back on my first year of college. I enrolled under BA. I did BA in economics, and I got my student card again. So I could. So my age was, like I was old, but I had that first year student card. So I loved the perks I had in canteen and all.
okay, so it is said that engineers are usually very jugadu and sort like they are able
A
to make
lot,
it their way
yeah.
out of it. So, do you
Right.
think that has helped you with your startup in any way?
uh, Engineering has only affected me, like I'm very tech savvy. I love tech. I don't grasp tech as quickly as others might. It takes time for me to understand. Like need to be involved, and that is why I keep saying that whatever you do, especially in digital marketing, if you do it yourself on a first-hand basis, you can actually understand it pretty quickly. So I'm someone who has learned through practice, and I keep advocating that ki nahi, you go ahead, practice it. Practice makes you perfect, and then you can concentrate on your certifications and whatnot.
Okay, so thank you for joining us. I think, is there
Well,
any last tip that you would like to tell our listeners, like about marketing or how to venture into the world of entrepreneurship or digitalization?
yeah, just don't be scared. It's a journey that only you and you alone can take, and no one can guide you. No one can say, even if you're sitting there listening to me, feeling ki nahi, this thing is the entrepreneurship is so cool. Anyone can do it. It's actually not. It's pretty scary. I would love to have my life sorted. Someone tell me ki do engineering, do MBA. You'll get that. You crack that interview. You'll get that job. But it's not easy. So even if you feel unhappy, the only way you cannot for you to not feel that way is by trying. So if someone thinks ki nahi yaar, I'm not happy where I am, will I be happy if I do this, if I leave engineering, or if I start my own digital marketing company? The only way you could know is by jumping, grabbing that train. So whatever it is in your head is there for a reason. So just don't waste your time, get on that train and see where it takes you.
Okay, so basically, it's like the saying goes that to learn how to swim, you need to jump in the pool. So, yeah,
No, but don't do that. But don't do that. Like, have someone there. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. One last question that I have. So recently I was watching this podcast of Ritesh Agarwal, who's the Oyo's founder.
Mm-hmm.
And since we all know that hospitality sector has been affected a lot, he said something which I felt was like quite ironical coming from his uh, side. He said that crisis is a good time to build business. And considering the shape of the hospitality industry, I feel that
Mm-hmm.
if it is coming from a wise man, there must be some truth to it. So, which side would you lean on? Would you say doing business is risky towards like at the time of Corona, or it can be added to your advantage?
It can definitely be added to your advantage, and I can say that because um, many businesses have flourished, and business is never a slave of time, right? In fact, the best inventions in history have happened when the creator was able to think ahead of his time, right? So don't feel ki nahi corona hai, so I cannot do this, I cannot do that, right? Had I felt that, we wouldn't be sitting here talking, right? You wouldn't be even knowing ki I exist or someone like me exists. So just this is the best time to start a business, and every time is the best time. So it's 3:30 this time, this particular minute is the best time to start a business.
Okay, so thank you for joining us. Thank you for
Thank you so
sharing your
much.
thoughts. I have learned a lot, and I'm pretty sure the audience who are listening to you have learned a lot. So
Oh,
thank
I
you for
really
so
hope.
much.
I really hope so.
Yeah, and we, the team of MKR, wishes you all the very best for your future endeavors. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. See you.
You too.